so let's start giving. The choice we make, real saving now all our issue will make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are friends. We are the ones to make a better day, so let's start giving. There's a choice to make it. We'll serve in all our future will make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are your friends. We are the one make a better day, so let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving now all our issue will make a better.
As long as we come on air every evening, the whole world must listen. As long as we preach this very gospel, Chukwu Okike Abiama must be with us. Therefore, without any further hesitation, we must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiama who resided in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee all over this very planet that you created. They are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained. That this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day Chukwuabiama benigwe, whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth, to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children, the Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet, I tell you. I lead indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. So also do I command the armies of Biafra. They are fiercely loyal. They are loyal, I tell you, and doing the work that I expect them to do. I also direct Radio Biafra not through any power which I possess or any extraordinary knowledge, but by your grace, O Lord. By your grace, we honor you and we adore you. I know that some people listening, including the British, may not understand what we are doing, but there is nobody in Britain that answers Nwachuku, the child of heaven. We do. Therefore, when we worship our Father, people should not try to be jealous. They should not feign ignorance or misunderstanding, because we are ancient people. We have been doing this for over 5,000 years and will continue to do so until the end of time.
Some biggie go to me, Orani a lot of me, yeah, Alawalama, Igo Narima, Alawalama, Igo Narima, Igo Narima, Alawalama, so me all out of me, but in my biggie going to me, so me all out of me, yeah. Mama.
Good evening, great dear friends and wonderful people. I welcome you this evening, today, of course, the 26th day of May 2026, the year of our Lord, as we are coming out this evening to do the needful. As we are coming out, of course, to worship Chukwoki Kabiama, to worship Elohim. That is what we do, and of course, we will continue to do this. No amount of distraction will stop us from preaching this gospel according to the restoration of great Biafrans. No amount of infiltration, no amount of blackmailing, and of course, no amount of treachery that we are experiencing, of course, in this, our lifetime, will distract us from the goal ahead. And of course, the goal ahead is Biafra. And this is why this evening I am here, of course, to preach the same gospel according to the restoration effort of Biafra. And of course, the same gospel that Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu has been preaching all this while. And I'm talking as far back as 2012. For those of you who have joined IPOB then, and of course, you will understand that this gospel has never changed. It is an unadulterated gospel according to the restoration of Biafra. And therefore, on that, me as I come this evening, my name's Barr Iyke Onoha. And like I always say, I am called for this restoration efforts. I want to tell us something quickly. as we are getting ready, of course, to get into the thick of things, there is something I want to tell us. A very simple thing, and of course, I want you to pay close attention as I speak so that you may understand what I am saying. I joined IPOB in 2015. Now, do you know how I joined IPOB? When I joined IPOB, I don't know who is called Chila Sanworu. I've never heard of that name before. I've never heard of a name called Chike Doziem. Neither have I heard of the name DOS. Now, I want you to continue to listen and pay close attention. I only heard one name, and that name was the name of Mazi Namda. That was voice. And I'm talking on YouTube because I was going through YouTube and I saw a gentleman who was preaching, talking about Biafra. And I looked, his name was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Never heard of him before. And I said to myself, who is this young man that is preaching about Biafra? And then, of course, I begin to listen. Now, after listening to this man extensively, I was touched. I was converted. And I believed all that I heard. And then, of course, he told us that he's going to broadcast in the evening. And then in the evening, I tuned in so that I can hear some more of this man. Remember, like I told you, I heard the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the radio. Not on the radio, I beg your pardon, on YouTube. And then I was invited on the radio. I joined the radio broadcast. And the same man, thundering like a lion, thundering like lightning, was speaking over the radio. And after that, I was so convinced that Biafra is here. I was so convinced that this is the man. Remember, I heard the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Never heard of anybody else, just Mazi Kanu. Then I called him. I told him I want to join IPOB. I told him I am convinced. I told him I am a follower. And of course, he gave me the directives and tell me whom to speak to in order for me to IPOB. And I did exactly that. I joined the indigenous people of Biafra because somebody preached to me. A man preached to me. A man convinced me. Just one man. I'm not talking about anybody else. I don't know anybody else. I've never heard about all those names. China Saworu, this and that, Chike Dosiem. They don't exist. I only heard the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And all those years I've been following IPOB, I have never found any fault on this man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm going to repeat that again, and I want you to listen. I said, all those years that I joined IPOB, and I'm talking about 2015 till date, I've never found any fault. And I'm not saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a saint. He's a human being that blood flows in his vein, just like me and you. But I've never heard anything that turns me off, that made me want to say, no, I am done. I don't want to follow this man anymore. I don't want to do IPOB anymore. Do you know why? I said, do you know why? Because I knew my priority. First of all, I want you to follow me closely and I want you to listen to me as I speak, because what I am telling you is gospel. Eziokwu nke Chineke. The reason why I've never found any fault on this man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not because he is God. It's not because he's an angel that cannot sin. He is human, just like me and you. But the reason why I have never found any faults on the person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is because, first of all, I knew that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not my reverend father in the church. I knew that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not my pastor in the Pentecostal church. I knew that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not my pope in the Catholic Church. I knew Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not my what we call Archbishop in the Anglican. And I knew Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter. That's what he is, and that's where it ends. Therefore, there were no expectation of morality from me to him. No expectation that, because he is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he will never for one day commit any sin. Oh, because he is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he will never for one day do something as a human, like we all do as human. Because I knew that the relationship I had with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is that of a freedom fighter and a follower. And all I expect from him is to show me the way to Biafra. All I expected from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to show me the map to get to Biafra. That was it. I was not expecting holiness from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he's not my pastor. I was not expecting holiness from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he is not my church priest. He's not my pope. He's not my Archbishop of Canterbury. He is a freedom fighter. And because I knew this information, or rather I have this information, I was at peace. I was not distracted. I was not looking at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I was looking at the way to Biafra. What can I do to contribute to ensure that Biafra is restored? Because remember, the restoration of Biafra, it is not just the job of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are here to assist. We are here to help in our own little way. But he is the leader. He gives the instruction, gives the order, and then we follow. Same way, commander, a commander of the brigade give an order and say, fire. You start firing, you start shooting at the enemy, and he says, stop, and you stop. That is the job of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Your commander in the army, your major in the army, he is not there to teach you morality. He is not there to teach you the way to go to heaven. He is not there to convert you to a religion. He is not there to tell you, look at me, I am a saint. Look at me, I am an angel. Look at me, I am God, and I will take you to heaven. That's not what freedom fighting is all about. But Biafrans are so lame and docile. Oh my goodness me. I don't know if I'm talking to people this evening because I am going into the spirit. Biafrans are lame and docile. Our leader said it. My people are lame and docile. And I want you to go look up that word, those two words, lame and docile. Go look up the word, lame and docile. You are fighting a man, but you don't know what that man did to you. Now, if I asked most of the people, now fear on Facebook, now fear on social media, what has Mazi Nnamdi Kanu done to you? They don't know. They don't know. You're coming on social media to tell me that, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu slept with a woman. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu slept with a woman. What has that got to do with me? Is that why I am here? No, that's not why I'm here. Anybody can sleep with how many women they like. Any woman can sleep with how many men they like. I don't give a damn. I am here to restore Biafra. That is my job. That is my expectation. That is precisely the reason why I joined this noble family called IPOB. Now, if I may ask you, why did you join IPOB? Did you join IPOB to go to heaven? Did you join IPOB to learn the 10 Commandments? Did you join IPOB so that you can become a pastor ordained deacon, ordained elder. Is that why you join IPOB? Because I know beside IPOB, we all go to church. Some practice their omenala. Some practice their, Judaism. We have different religion that we follow. I'm saying beside IPOB. If you want to go to heaven, and I want you to listen to this. If you want to go to heaven, go to your church. Listen to your pastor when he preached. Maybe he will show you the way to heaven. If you want to go to heaven, go to your mosque. If you are a Muslim, listen to your imam. He will lead you to heaven. If you want, I don't know how to put this, or if you are into Judaism and you want to learn all the rules, all the things that happens to be part of that religion called Judaism, he will gladly teach you all you need to know about Judaism. This is IPOB. If you want to go to Biafra, if you want to enter Biafra, if you want Biafra to be restored, I say, come into IPOB and listen to Mazen Amdekano. He is a freedom fighter. He will surely take you to Biafra. He is not going to take you to heaven because he is not your pastor. Neither is he your church leader. He is a freedom fighter. We got it all messed up. We got it all twisted. And you come to social media. Do you listen to yourself when you talk all this crap? Do you ever listen to yourself? Oh, Mazen Amdekano, woman. Wise men and learned men, they don't talk this kind of crap. When people listen to you, when people listen to you talking this rubbish, they begin to ask themselves, who are these people? Did you hear that? Who are these people? I'll give you another example. President Trump, before he became the president of America, the 47th president of America, there were many allegations against him. Women came from all around and accused Donald Trump of, sexually harassing them. Women came from all over. Donald Trump did this to me. Oh, Donald Trump slept with me. Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. Now listen to this. The members of his party, and I'm talking about the Republican Party, they did not give a damn. Do you know why? Because it was never any of their business. They knew that Donald Trump is there to rule America. Donald Trump is vying for the highest office in the land, which is the office of the President of the United States. And the criteria to be the President of the United States does not mean you must be an angel. The criteria to be the president of the United States does not mean that you must be a man of high morality, a man of caliber, a saint, a bishop, a pastor. That is not, I repeat, that is absolutely not the criteria to be the president of the United States. And that was why the Republican Party, they keep protecting him. All among the allegations that Donald Trump suffered, and I'm talking even a month before the election, his party were busy defending him. They are not defending him because they are saying he is guilty or not guilty. They are not defending Donald Trump because they say he did it or he didn't do it. It's not of their business. That was not why they are in the Republican Party. They were not in the Republican Party to go to heaven. They were not in the Republican Party to read the Bible. They were not in the Republican Party to read the Ten Commandments. They were in the Republican Party to rule America. But because our people are lame, our people are docile, their brains are empty. I don't know if sometimes I ask myself, school, at least finish elementary 6. You will be there, and your fellow man whom probably you are better than, a man who you can even teach things. You know, most of the people who are running around like headless chicken on Facebook, some of them are more intelligent than Chike Doziem. Some of them are more intelligent than Chinasa Nworu. Some of them are more intelligent than almost of these DOS people. You can teach them one or two things. You can even become a very perfect member of DOS than these people. But you allow somebody you are better than, you allow somebody you are more intelligent than to tell you to do stupid things. And when you are doing that stupid things, you look so stupid. You look so stupid. You are a man. Iyi trouser. And iyi put trouser ga ibu ihe ibe gị bu na mpara ụkwụ gị. Gaa pụta na social media meghee ọnụ gị na-akọgheri against your nwoke ibe gị ọzọ. As if na iwu mmụọ ozi, as if na ịhụ nwaanyị ga-agbalaga, as if na ịkpabe nwaanyị aka mbụ kemgbe iji wụrụ mmadụ. Hypocrites to the core you are. The Bible said, let him without sin cast the first stone. Let him without sin cast the first stone. Epotana isitogharị ọnụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu odinekwe nwaanyị odineha nwaanyị. Do you listen to yourself? Do you go back home and sit back and play back the rubbish you just omitted and listen to it? And we know that you yourself is a womanizer. You yourself, I don't know, if we counted how many women you have slept with, we are talking about thousands. Yes, you are talking about, and then you have the guts to open up your mind and begin to talk rubbish against the person of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Now, what criteria are you judging him with? Because the job we gave him is to restore Biafra, period. That was his job description. That is his job description and nothing else. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu's job is not to teach us the way to heaven. That was not in his job description. His job is not to teach us, I don't know, how to go to heaven. No, his job is to restore Biafra. Now, I've told you about Donald Trump and how all allegations were flagged from east to west, and yet his party protected him. Why did they protect Donald Trump? Like I said, they know probably he might have done whatever they say he did, but that is not their priority. That was not part of Donald Trump's job description. They know that Donald Trump's job description is to go out there, win the election, win the votes, and get us the office of the President of the United States of America. That was the description of job, or rather, job description of Donald J. Trump. And his party understand, because they are very learned, they are very intelligent. How home it Bolibo, then we give brain. Oh my goodness. How can a man accuse his fellow man of fornication or adultery? How can a man? You are not worthy to do that. Before you come out to accuse another man of fornication or adultery or sleeping with a woman or whatever, you need to ask yourself a question. A very simple question for that matter. How many have I slept with? A very question. When they wanted to stone a woman because she committed adultery, Yahweh Yeshua said to them, how many of you here that is about to stone this woman have not committed the same sin? And they begin to drop their stones. They begin to run away. And he said to the woman, where are your accusers? Because evil men accusing a man that is in jail, a man that is in chain. You're hitting a man when he is down. You are not a man. You are not capable to be a man. Real men confront their opponents. Real men talk to their opponent face to face. Real men does not go to a man in chain and you begin to punch him. You are not a man, I can tell you that. And you call Chinasa Nworu your Messiah. You call Chinasa Nworu your leader. But he's a coward to the core, an opportunist, a coward to the core. He is not a man. Neither is Chike Doziem a man. We've all known that Chike Doziem is incapable. We've all known that Chike Doziem have no bones in his body. Men who are like hyenas. Do you know about hyenas? Do you know what hyenas does? Hyenas eat dead meat. I say hyenas eat dead meat. When the lion kills the meat, hyenas attack. Hyenas goes to fight with the lion so they can eat. Hyena can even kill a meat. Some hyena have to eat a meat while still alive. While the meat is still alive, or rather while the animal is still alive. That is exactly what the people you call leadership, the people you call XDOS, that is who they are. Now tell me, I want to ask you a question. Because sometimes this thing is not about you people are this and that, you people are criminal. You talk like a child. You talk like our leader used to say, our leader used to say that when you engage an illiterate, when you engage a lily-livered man, call Nokahama, they cannot engage you on a constructive argument. No, they don't know what is constructive argument. They'll come to this platform, they say, criminal. Yeah, criminal. Who are these people? I wonder Chutara Biafra. I Chutara Biafra, Ndara Gemi Biafra. I'm telling you the truth, the gospel truth. Biafra are for learned men because this is who we are. But when you look at the kind of touts, I say kind of touts we have around us who are claiming they are fighting for Biafra, then you ask yourself, are these really people? Are these the people that we are fighting for Biafra? Honestly, any man who goes on social media and begins to talk of as for that which he does not know, he is not a man. He is not worthy. He is not capable to be among us. I'll tell you something. You know, when the disciple of Christ, when the disciple of Yeshua, we're going up and down. Oh, we are the disciple. We're the disciple of Yahweh Yeshua. They were so proud about it and they're moving around. And then Christ said to them, separate me, Paul and Barnabas, for the work I have for them. Did you hear that? Separate me, Paul and Barnabas, for the work I have for them. He could have said, no, all of you go and do this work. But he realized that the whole people who were running around, we are disciples, we are apostles, we are this, that not all of them are capable. That some of them are there for ulterior motives. Some of them are there to perform some rubbish. But he said, separate me, Paul and Barnabas, for the work I have for them. And our leader did the same thing. He said, only 100 men, my goodness me, only 100 men will restore Biafra. And when he was saying that, even me, we are like, what is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talking about? How can 100 men restore Biafra? But he was speaking in tongues. He was prophesying. But some of us don't understand that the 100 men that Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaks about is for today. 100 men is for today. You see the situation today. Only 100 men. My goodness me. That's what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say. Now, if you look at the people we are up against, they are in numbers. They are in numbers. Yeah, I'm going to acknowledge that. The people we are up against, the people that Chinasa Nworu has polluted, he has infected with his virus of lies and cheat, blackmail and treachery. They are in numbers, and these are, youths who are naive, who do not think. Your fellow man talks to you about something, you don't investigate, you don't interrogate, you just work with it, you just move with it. You are so pathetic and so useless. Now I can tell you something. Before our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was incarcerated, when he broadcast on radio, people call in to ask him questions. That's what you do. You interrogate facts, you interrogate words, and then you make your conclusion. So I'm asking you people, I'm asking you lunatics, why do you ask Ojen the question when he was used to broadcast? And he will engage you, he will answer, he will explain. Have you people engaged Chinasa Nworu when he broadcasts? Have you people asked him a question? Mana just say here ko agworo ya agwo ka ogini. How many Chinasa gwotoro ogwu ahụ because ogwu only use ugboro akpọ. Because our people are behaving like lunatics. They are behaving like zombies. They follow him without asking questions. He speak all the manner of rubbish. This man speak rubbish. Chinasa na kinyo. Ihe onye na-akọ n'ọnụ, ihe na-apụta ya n'ọnụ wụ gịnị? Inyo. Now when I listen to it for the life of me, there is no way on earth I can believe such rubbish, such garbage. But yet, people are listening and they're still rubbish. All the money gonna toilet were nshi na-eri n'ọnụ ya. Mmadụ ịga na toilet were nshi na-eri n'ọnụ ya. That is exactly what is happening, because none of them can ask Chinasa a question and say, Chinasa, why do you say this? Why do you say that? Can you give us a proof? Can you give us the truth? No, because all Kuwait because once you know what to do, Chinasa the expired radio Biafra, he upload. He upload junk, and the people download the rubbish. They digest it. Immediately they download the rubbish, they run quickly to Facebook. Church. They run quickly to Facebook and begin to talk nonsense. Exactly, download. And when you see them talk, they talk verbatim, word for word. They don't even change it. Exactly the way Chinasa uploaded it on their radio. That's how they download it. You know, say, no, you know, the 50 years old, man, 60, man, 40 something. You know, sometimes I thank God for giving me the privilege, the opportunity, at least to go to school. Because I'm able to design things, I'm able to interrogate things, I'm able to think. Thinking is very cheap. You know why thinking is very cheap? Thinking is cheap because I need to borrow. God created every one of us. God created us and gave us brain for free. And what is brain for? It is not fancy. It is for you to think. It's for you to interrogate things. It's for you to investigate things. And then you ask yourself, how come our people with people who have double head just like my head, people who their head are so big, and I can imagine their brain is also, but yet they cannot use that brain to interrogate junk. I mean, when somebody speak, you see, this is one thing that God gave us. When somebody speaks to you, As the person is talking to you, you are busy analyzing what they are saying. Because you're human, you've got brain. You begin to analyze. Some you say, but this is too good to be true. I don't think this is entirely truth. And once you think like that, you have the right to ask a question. Now I ask again, how come you people, how come you cannot ask Chinasa just one question? It's because you are charmed. Because when our leader was out there, we called in and we asked him the questions. Yeah, even hard questions. And he is so humble, he is so patient, he will answer you all your questions. After answering, he will ask you, are you satisfied? And you will confess and say, yes, Sonyen, now I understand better. But you know the nonsense. You cannot just spend a minute and ask a question to say what is happening. They will just jump in here in this broadcast. You know what a man would say, mad people. A man, onye nne ya mụchara nye ara ya ṅụchara mad people. These are the kind of people you have. And this kind of people can never get you Biafra. This kind of people cannot contribute any meaningful thing to ensure that Biafra is restored. We don't need people like that. You cannot think for yourself. If you can give us suggestions, ideas how to Biafra, with you, because you are useless. If you are, even as I'm speaking now, you have the right to ask me a question. You have the right type and say, but Mazi, why did you say this? Mazi, I think you are lying. And let me defend myself. Because if I'm speaking the truth, it will be easy for me to defend myself. If what I'm telling you has facts, it has figures, I can substantiate with evidence, then of course I will answer you. But you go there, you listen. So you are telling me in the life of, I don't know well. I wouldn't say that Onyendu wasted his time trying to sanitize Umokoko, trying to sanitize I don't know, calls. Because there are most of us also who, understood. Most of us who learned a lot from our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I would tell you, I don't know about you, but I can talk about myself. I learned a lot. Now, I keep saying to people, in a million years to come, if there is anything like that, none of you will reach up to the laces, the shoelaces of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, shoelaces. And I also asked them a question. I say to them, Jina Sanworu is going to get you Biafra. Will that idiot be able to sit in a table with world leaders? Would that annual here be able to negotiate with anyone? To start with, he has to start showing his face first. That faceless coward must start first by showing his face. Yeah, when he shows his face, then we will know if this. Oh my goodness me! And this is where I come to understand. This is where I come to know and understand that the people we thought we are shouting Biafra, Biafra, Biafra with, they are not normal. Something is definitely wrong with their mental capacity, the way they process information, the way they understand information. And if you ask them, like I said, what have Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did to you? And I'm talking to you. Don't tell me maybe Onyendu had altercation with somebody. It's none of your business. It does not concern you. I'm asking you, you. What has Mazi Nnamdi Kanu done to you? Absolutely nothing. You cannot even tell me one thing. Absolutely. Because you are fighting grace. You cannot fight grace. You are fighting a man whom God has endowed with favor. Don't look at his present condition. Don't look at what he is going through now. Onyedumazinali kind of will bounce back because he is called. He is called. He is not just called, because calling somebody is one thing. He is called. He is ordained for this restoration efforts. I don't see any of these criminals. I don't see any of Umukuku. I don't see any of those gangsters who have intellectual. Because freedom fighting is not just about shouting and screaming and talking. It's also about intellectual, what is upstairs and what God has laid in your heart. You need to be a strategist. You need to know how to plan. Yeah? You need to know, and when I say plan, I'm not talking about planning for now. I'm talking about planning ahead. You need to know that. And like I said, I gave you just one example, just one. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know exactly that this will happen. That today what we are going through today, it will happen. And that was why Elohim gave him the vision of the 100 men. And 100 men has become a nightmare to the ex-DOS and their touts and their gangsters. 100 men. Because it's more like fighting with a spirit. They are fighting 100 men, but they don't know them. But they exist. They are real. They are out there doing the work that Elohim have asked them to do. But you are fighting with them. And that's bring me to the point where I say, the fear of 100 men, enough wisdom. Absolutely. Some men are on guard, and their job is very simple. 100 men are on guard, and their job is very simple. What is their job? To ensure that Biafra is restored, to ensure that Onyedumazi Nnamdi Kanu is protected at all costs. Oh yeah? Onyedumazi Nnamdi Kanu is protected at all costs. The one they call Lolo Neka Chimezie, I got a call her name. Yeah, I got a call. She came out after her deals with the ex-DOS, and whoever is her pastor, and begin to talk rubbish. It only took 1, 2, 3 people to demolish them, to demolish her. Beg your pardon. It only took 1, 2, 3 people to demolish them. And I just want to say this, because sometimes it's good to give honors to whom honor is due. Sometimes it's good to recognize the work or the job of somebody. And I must give thanks to our sister Njideka na Canada. She did absolutely brilliantly well in that war. And also our brother Mazi Ezumezu Wekwensu. Yeah? And I'm going to say it, even Methuselah, because you see, we don't own Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the property of all. Every true Biafran, every hardcore IPOBians, you have a part, you have a share in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So when you hear that the person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being rubbished, you need to stand up and fight and destroy, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just the asset of IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the asset of all Biafrans, all true Biafrans. Sometimes we are abusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on social media, forgetting that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is more like a recognized figure in our land, in all the Southeast, in all the Igbo land, in all the Idoma land, in all the Igodomi Igodos. He is recognized and reverenced. You know what they say, that the prophet is not honored in his own land. But I must thank the people who are doing great, people who are doing this job. They don't care that Oyendu is not around, but they are doing their job. They are holding their own goalpost. Our sister and our mother, Lolo Nenayanya, I've never seen a woman like her. I've never seen. And I believe that this was what they saw. They were threatened, they were intimidated, and they want to get rid of her. But Elohim knows that the people who are holding the line, people who are holding for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until he comes out, that they're not going anywhere, that they're going to be around here, they're going to do their jobs. Our sister, Rachel Nwosu, I mean, that would be unfair for me not to mention her name. I call her one woman army, fighting alone, all by herself in Israel. She's not the only IPOBian in Israel, but she's fighting alone. That tells you all you need to know. The fact that she's fighting alone tells you all you need to know. Single-handedly, she took IPOB, she took Biafra to the seat of power, Knesset, in Israel. And Elohim will continue to bless this woman. Her job did not just start with her going to, the Knesset. Her job started because I was in Israel. I was in Israel 2018, 2019, and I left in 2020. She was doing excellently well. When our leader came to Israel, she took care of him. She took care of me in Israel. She's a selfless woman who, sometimes there's something you guys don't know about this woman. She nearly lost her job. And I'm going to say this. She didn't tell me to say it, but she nearly lost her job because every Wednesday, every week, she goes to the Knesset. She goes to the Parliament of Israel every Wednesday until her employers were upset and said, no, but you can't be going every day. She told them, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. I have to go. This is my life, Biafra. She always love it. It's my life. I have to go. If you don't know, she's a widow. Her husband, a Biafran. But yet, some people, because they've lost a husband who is a Biafran, who is their nexus or their connection to Biafra, they will say, well, there's nothing more concerning me or, attaching me to Biafra. But yet, she is even fighting more now than before. And I say salute to all of you ladies that have mentioned their name. Our Lord Odineyanya, who has been abused. People who have done a lot of things to this woman. My goodness me. But yet, she is still moving. She is still continuing. And that was why when former tried to chase her out of their Radio Biafra, and I said, no, I will not allow that. I will not allow that because even Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told me one-on-one. It's not like a hearsay or somebody told me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. I did not hear it on the radio. Those voice message, the voice you hear on the radio about our leader talking about finance and no. He told me any account does not know about or does not have access to must be shut down. Those were his words. And I said, no, if you are chasing Wadane Nayanya from speaking on radio, then I'm going to resign. I told the former, because he called me, stop hosting Nayanya on radio. I asked him why. That's what I was telling you people. I am not an OS member. I don't just listen and believe. I ask questions. That's what makes you a man. That's what makes you a human being. You ask questions when you don't understand, when it seems so wrong, when it seems, too good to be true. You ask question. I ask a former. I'm speaking on radio. I'm sure he's listening to me. I asked him a former, why should I not host Wadane Nayanya? He did not give me any, what do you call it? He did not give me any answer. You did not give me any answer. I said, okay, fine. Since you don't know why she will not speak on radio, then I will no longer broadcast on Radio Biafra. I left. And I told Wadane Nayanya, I'll be hosting you on Facebook, on my Facebook. So I started hosting Wadane Nayanya on Facebook. Now, when I host her, I put, what do you call it? I put a Radio Biafra thing behind me those days, And then he called me, no, Even if you're arresting her on your Facebook, you must not put any Biafran thing. I say, what do you mean? Do you own Biafra? Or rather, are you more Biafran than me? Why should you tell me that? So that was the persecution. That was the war. That was the fight. And we keep doing it. And we keep doing it. And by the grace of Elohim, here we are. Here we are. And these are the people who are fighting. And I must also thank our people in the US. You know, when you talk about US, the name that comes to mind, Mazi Chase, Yoku, Ndidiaworum, you know, and the rest. If I don't mention your name, it's just that I don't remember. But I know there are more. It's not. I call them these people because they're like the, the leaders that side. Or you talk about Italy, talk about our brother Ogoro. These are the people who have said, damn the consequences. The status quo remain. Damn the consequences. The status quo remains. What is the status quo? The status quo is that Onyendumazin Nnamdi Kanu said is black. And black it is. Onyendumazin Nnamdi Kanu said it is white. And white it is. That is the school. And that is where we remain. And that is where we pitch our tent. That is where we stand. Preaching the truth relentlessly. I mean, I've seen it all. Yeah, I've seen it all. When you talk about broadcasting, I did not start today. We've been doing this for years. I'm talking right from 2016. And all those people you see making noise, oh, I'm broadcasting on Biafra radio, Biafra TV. I'm broadcasting here, I'm broadcasting that. Those were actually my listeners when I was broadcasting, because I was the who was broadcasting. Banon, beside Mazu, the former, deputy Uchemefo. I was the only one broadcasting on the satellite radio until, these people begin to come. And I taught them. I lectured them. I taught them radio. I taught them what radio is all about. So you can call me the godfather of radio. I will take that. Yeah, I will take that. Oh, he in yon, oh, he tuano. You got oh, he tuano. Oyendu used to say, I go out, go bigay okay. My goodness me. We must continue. This is Biafra Radio. We are still live. And we are direct and of course are setting the record straight. We are speaking the truth because this is what Biafra Radio is all about. The truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. As you know, 30th of May is upon us. That's right. 30th of May is upon us. And of course, we will continue to share the information. And I believe that every country have their planned day, their planned function, and how they are going to, remember our heroes and our heroines. Yesterday was America Remembrance Day. That's right. Any nation that remembers their heroes past, any nation that respects and honor their heroes past, that nation, or rather, that is the nation that God blesses. I mean, Israel, the state of Israel did their own, Holocaust Remembrance Day. So we are not alone. The whole world is doing that. And why not? And we are going to do it again this year. And of course, on the 30th of May, we will remember those who have died, those who have laid their life for this nation called Biafra. We must remember them because they are the reason we are still talking about Biafra. If they did not fight, if they did not hold the front, maybe we will not be here today. Maybe we will never be alive today. Therefore, they deserve all the things, all the remembrance, all the prayers that Elohim will continue to rest their soul in peace. And that is what we are going to do on the 30th of May. So whichever place you are, rather wherever you are, whichever country you are, you need to join your country. You need to join your city. You need to join your zone. You need to join our people and remember our heroes. Now, this is what Onyendumazin Nnamdi Kanu taught us. Something all these gangsters, the SDOS, I don't know for the life of me, what exactly have they taught the people? What have they taught our people ever since the incarceration of Oyendu, except gossiping, except blackmailing? That is the only thing they teach on their Radio Biafra. They teach people how to go there, curse people on radio, on social media, talk rubbish. And they've been working underground for years without any results. And since they came out from underground to the top ground, the XDOS have achieved absolutely nothing. I said absolutely nothing. Bunkum. And yet, because Erigo Ndebani, Erigo our people have been bewitched. Ihe ọbụla so unu mmemme enyi ya. Hey, before one like when the mugu. Ihe ọbụla so unu mmemme enyi ya. Now, these people are so bad, so dirty. They are not just male, even the same hopeless people that follow them. They will say to them, whatever the DOS goes, you know what that means? Whatever the DOS goes, meaning, if I tell you to go out there and fight this person, you go and fight. And people are behaving like, zombies. You don't have the mind of your own. You just do exactly as you are told. You don't ask question. Who told you that asking question is against command and control? Absolutely not. Because if you give me an order and I don't understand the order you gave me, I need to ask question so I can do it well, so I can actually carry out the instruction the right way. But ụmụ okoko anaghị ajụ ajụjụ because they don't. They start defending whatever. They start defending agara. Oh, you know one thing I want to say. When our leader was still out here, and that was during the time of Buhari, so we used to rub head together with Onyendu when we are doing the expose on Buhari, Yeah, and then yeah, but this Chilasa, oh my God, there's people who doesn't know that guy on our or jump where, but I had a very big issue with him. Monayana Kwatoya, because one thing about him, he would jump from one lane to another lane. He doesn't overtake, he just jump from one lane to another lane. He does not keep to his lane. Ebeni Lonoya. And I was giving it back to him. He knows. We and him will shout every time. I've known this guy for long. I've known he is a type that does not reap where he sowed. Rather, he reaps where he does not sow. In his eternity, Chinasa cannot form a coordinated organization like IPOB. And today you want to come and take over something you can never achieve in your life. If you believe that you, Chila Saworo, you have the power, you had what it takes to form a formidable freedom fighting outfit like IPOB, why don't you go out there, start your own, give it a name, and let's see how it shines. Isn't that you are good? Isn't that you're a rock star? Yeah. Chilasa, if you say you are a rock star, why do you want to steal something that belongs to somebody? Why do you want to reap where you did not sow? What stops you from starting your own freedom fighting outfit? Give it a name. If you will restore Biafra, Chinasa, yeah, we'll applaud you because we all want Biafra. But rather, you want to start your own freedom fighting with thievery. You want to start your own freedom fighting with blackmailing. You want to start your own freedom fighting with treachery. How can that work? How can that flow? I'm asking you. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to flow because IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, has one person who started it. And that person is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is the one that had the brain. He is the one that came up with the idea. He is the one, 100% started IPOB. Where were you, Chinasa, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started IPOB? Where were you? And you feel that you will now take over. Take over? Would you come out the way Mazi Kechukwu Onoha is broadcasting and put your face on the camera? Absolutely not. Then why do you want to be a leader? Why do you want to be a leader? A faceless leader? And these Umokoko are buying it. Somebody's leading you, but you don't know what he looks like. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is everywhere. His face is everywhere. You Google, you will find his face everywhere. He's been in and out of jail. He have escaped death many times. That is a freedom fighter. If you are a freedom fighter and you have not tasted jail, and better still, if you are a leader of a freedom fighting outfit and you have not tasted jail, then you are a coward. You are not called out for it. Yeah? You don't have what it takes to come and tell people to follow you. Follow you to where? They don't even know whom they're following. Most of your people, if they run into you on the road, they won't even know that this is their leader, Chinasaworu. And yet, you are following a masquerade. Shame, and very pathetic. Well, dear friends, all I'm saying is this today. I'll just ask you a question, and that question was very simple and very direct. What has Mazi Nnamdi Kanu done to you? That was my question, and I don't want you to answer me here. I want you to go home, lie down, think about it, ask yourself, what has Mazi Nnamdi Kanu done to me? What evil has he committed against me? I'm not talking about you fighting somebody else's war. Chinasanworu telling you Nnamdi Kanu did this or did that. That's not your war. That's why I'm asking you a direct question. What have Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu done to you? Very straight question. And of course, I need an answer. Or rather, you don't need to answer me. You need to answer yourself. And if the answer you gave to yourself is nothing, then I tell you this evening, you cannot fight grace. Yeah? You cannot fight grace. The kind of grace that Elohim is giving to Nnamdi Kanu, never in your life, never in your miserable life, taste it. Or Jehovah, the kind of grace, the kind of anointing Elohim has poured upon that man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you are fighting him. You are fighting your life. You are fighting your future. You are fighting the future of your children, the future of your next generation, because you cannot fight grace. Even if you fight grace, you will never win. Absolutely. When you fight Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, things are getting worse for you in your life. Things are getting worse. Mark my word. Tomorrow you will get absolutely nothing. You will go hungry. You will even go naked because you cannot fight grace. The grace of Elohim upon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, my goodness me, is too much. The grace of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is surmountable. It is too much. Forget that he is in jail. Forget that he's in Sokoto prison. St. Paul went to jail. Yeah, I will repeat. St. Paul went to jail. And he is St. Paul that you are reading the Bible that he wrote. Yes? He is the St. Paul you are reading the Bible he wrote. He went to jail. Peter went to jail. Most of the disciples of Yeshua, they went to jail. So going to jail does not mean that you did something wrong. Does not mean that you're a bad person. Going to jail is a part of preparation. Going to jail is a part of preparation. That's why you that have never been to jail before, you are not worthy to be a leader. Yeah? And I'm talking in a freedom fighting outfit. You are not worthy to be a leader. Definitely not. Absolutely not. Because prison is where Elohim tests you. Prison is where Elohim try you to see if you are going to denounce your people. Has Mazen Nnamdi Kanu ever denied you? Absolutely not. If he have denied, if he have sold out, if he have betrayed, my goodness me, you all know that man will be working out a billionaire. And I'm talking billions in dollars, not in naira. If that man have sold out, he will not be in Sokoto prison. And yet somebody is telling you that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has sold out. Somebody is telling you that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has committed all atrocity. And yet he's in Sokoto prison. Do you have brain? Do you ever think? Do you ever reason? Do you ever use this great blessing, this great deposit that Elohim put there, which is brain? Have you ever used it to process the rubbish you are in? The rubbish is shut down. And now, a man of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's caliber and status, do you think if he has sold out, what is he doing in Sokoto prison? I'm asking you. Up till now, there has been negotiation. Tinubu has, offered a lot. The Nigerian government has offered a lot. But yet, he's in prison. Doesn't that show you, or doesn't that tell you all you need to know? Or Choraka or Nonum Kige na father Moronwa. Can't you process? Can't you digest? Can't you dissect that he has not sold? Because you were told by your fellow man, because you felt that you are nobody, you are useless, you can't think. You rather believe the lies that was sold to you. And I'm going to tell you this, you are actually bringing condemnation upon your life and upon your family, upon your generation and next generation to come. You cannot fight grace. You cannot fight grace, because the grace of Elohim is upon Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The more you fight him, the more you are destroying your future. More things are getting worse, bad for you. You wonder what is happening to you, wonder what is going wrong in your life. Because like I told you, and I'm going to tell you this again, and I want you to have this in your ears, even as I'm about to close. You cannot fight grace. The more you fight Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the more you fight your future. The more you destroy your life, the more you destroy your family. Mark my word, I told you this. Write it down. You will go, Rachel. You will go naked. You will go tattered, because you are trying to fight grace. If you want to fight, fight with somebody who offends you. Fight with somebody who have done evil against you. Don't fight grace. No, don't fight grace. If you really want to live a good life, don't fight grace, because you can never win. And on this note, we will bring this program to an end. My job is to speak, and your job is to listen. And when you've listened, you can decide to agree or disagree. It's your right. And that's what makes you a human, beg your pardon. And that's why I'm asking you nicely, when Chinas Anworu speak, don't forget you have rights to listen. And when you listen, then you have the second right to believe or disagree. How do you believe? After you have interrogated what you've heard. Because you have brain. If your brain tells you that what he's saying is true, then fine, go ahead and believe. But if your brain tells you that this is impossible, this is on a scale of 10 to 10, because you are human. And God made us, if He will edge it. God does not tell us what to do. God does not force us as humans to do things, but rather he will warn us, but the choice is ours. And how come, if God the Creator cannot force you to do things, then a faceless coward or Chasanworu will still lie you, scream like a dog, a headless chicken over the radio? Just his voice. You don't know him. You haven't seen his face. You see him live on radio, and yet you believe. Among all men, you are the most miserable. That's all I can tell you. Thank you, great Biafra, for listening. Of course, 30th of May is upon us. 30th of May is roughly 3 days to go. And you know what to do. We must remember our heroes. We must remember those who have died. We must remember those who have sacrificed their life in order for us to be alive today. We must remember them. Very, very important. Therefore, you must join your family, your IPOB family, wherever you are worshiping. You must join them, of course, to remember our hero, because this is what we do. And this is what our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu, have taught us. And therefore, we
Bluetooth
must
connected.
continue. Very, very, very important. All right. So this is where we are going to bring this program to an end. And of course, my name's Barrister Iyke Onoha. My job is very simple. And what is my job? To preach this gospel according to the restoration of Biafra. I want to thank you all for joining me. I want to thank you all for listening. And I say, may Elohim continue to bless you all. But importantly, may Elohim bless our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. May he keep and protect him, and may he give him freedom that he so much desire, that Biafra will come in our own lifetime. From me, God bless Biafra.
Send me that time come again. Listen up, brother. Me come from the inside. Me come from the motherland. Oh, am I trying to prove to me? I don't know where I'm coming from. Just as the cause I know my roots. I know for the lose that I know for them. I'm unstoppable, my people unstoppable. We keep on moving forward. We keep on grinding. Yeah. Freedom for my people. Freedom for my nation. Freedom as another kind. Freedom for my people. Freedom. We have gone a long way. No going back. We are too big to fall. No. Nothing fit to stop us. My people demand freedom. Blue hands fire right. Out of the relate me alone. We know they do the same thing. We do the same way. We don't carry this language from that. Free me, make and do my thing. Freedom for my people. Freedom for my freedom. Freedom for my people. Freedom. No. Yeah. We don't pray for the struggle. Yeah. So many people don't go there for the struggle. It's hard time to get our right, but we have fun our freedom. We can never stop. Biafra is a spirit. Let me sing away the flood. Freedom for my people. Freedom. Freedom for my nation. Freedom. Freedom as in Madicado. Freedom. Freedom for my people. Freedom is the praise.
Brought to you by the indigenous IPOB South Africa, Johannesburg. Out of the ashes of haze and ruins, Biafra shall rise again. The 30th of May is upon us. IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, heroes and heroes, Remembrance Day. It is on 10 Joseph Street, Newtown, Johannesburg, 9 a.m. in the morning. IPOB heroes and heroines, Remembrance Day. Come and join us as we reverence and remember those who have laid their life, those who have paid the greatest price of death, the love of a nation. It is an honor and noble for a man to lay his life for the love of a nation. IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, Johannesburg. This announcement is brought to you by IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, Johannesburg, South Africa. 30th of May is sacrosanct.
Abuyaga ya Rosinaya, Abuyu Chaju Raju, Ekuriba Abuyu Chaju, Rosinaya, Riquankechi, Riquankechi, Kadragazi, Agadi Kale, Mezichuku, Genyangi Nainaria, Agadi Kale, Mezichuku, Genyangi Herura, Agadi Kale, Amauna, Agadi Kale, Eziwana tamu, Nainaria, Eziwana tamu, Ezichuku, Genyangi Herura, Eziwana tamu, Amabuna, Agadi Kale, Anye Parawana, Gechuku Kama, Ayubasyanika. Chechukudeme Oye neria wari kwankechi Gaze Ikwankechi Agadi Kale Wezichuku Genyanyi Herura Agadi Kale Wezichuku Genyanyi Herura Agadi Kale Amawuna Agadi Kale
When a voice rise for freedom, sometimes the world is shake. You stand for truth, you talk your mind. Say every people deserve their shine, but the road turned dark, the night come quick. Dream where they burn make the chains feel thick. Yet his eyes still they speak courage, even when the walls around him rage. His story no be just one man's fight, not cry of a people wanting light. No matter how far them lock his door, the soul where they fight go still rise more. Your voice still they call, even if the night feel like it won't end at all. Chains fit by the body, but never a dream. Your hope still they flow like a rising rising stream. You ask for freedom with a fearless heart. Even when it pain, you know, back down or depart. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu, your name the echo of truth. A reminder that justice still gets work to do. Biafra, they pray with tears for eyes. Say God go answer you, he no go lie. People, they whisper songs for road. Carry your story like a sacred load. Life it wound, but truth no die. Even for chains, your spirit still fly. History they write itself for night, but one sunrise will restore the rise. Storm no they last forever long. Very soon do we go rise strong. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu, your voice still they call. Even if the night feel like it won't end at all. Chains fit by the body, but never the truth. Your hope still they flow like a rising storm. You ask for freedom with a fearless heart. Even when you pain, you know, back down or depart. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu, your name the echo of truth. A reminder that justice still gets work to do. If tears could break iron, if prayer yes would open doors, your people will carry you home. We hold faith, we hold hope steady. Oh, your voice still rise beyond the bars.
Biafra Alpha Power Media
Like a
International.
cry,
Anytime we get a call
we're going
from